Hi, Maureen. What's up, Jen? Hi, guys. Cool. I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes, wait for everyone to get on, and we'll get started. We have about 2 minutes, and you don't need any equipment. We're doing lots of legs and obliques today. It's full body, but mostly legs and obliques, lots of rotation. There's tons of twisting today, so if you have any lower back stuff going on, this should be a really helpful one for that. What's up, Elaine? Cool. Hi, Bonnie. Good to see you. All right, guys, just going to give it another minute or two. Again, you don't need any props, just your mat. If you do have any knee sensitivity, we have some kneeling stuff today, so you can always grab something, maybe like a towel or a squishy mat to put beneath your knees. There's a couple kneeling exercises. And then this routine is 22 minutes, and we're going to go through the whole thing twice. We're going to do that format of 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Again, it's full body, a lot of legs, a lot of twisting, a lot of obliques. And I'm just going to give it one more minute, and then we'll get started. Cool, you guys. All right. You guys can hear me good? Volume's okay? Yeah, cool. Awesome. Sounds good. All right. We'll just wait about 30 more seconds, and we'll get started. What's up, Layla? Hi, Lindsay. All right, guys. Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to show you, let's see, first exercise. Okay, so we have a kneeling arm cross and a side bend. So I'm going to bring my feet together. My knees are open, arms out like a T. And even in this position, I'm already squeezing my butt so that I'm not like arching the back or slouching. So I'm really active here. I'm going to cross one arm over the other, open the arms, and then side bend one way. And then do the same thing other way. Crisscross and side bend. So this whole time you're here, we just want to make sure we're not here, we're really squeezing those hips forward. We're going to start this in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So we crisscross the arms. Okay, there's a timer. Okay, so we crisscross and then side bend one way. Now start really small. You can do these standing if you need to. If your knees are not feeling it, totally cool to do these standing. If you are good on the knees, again, just make sure your feet are together and your knees are about hip distance. Now on this side bend, you want to keep your hips square so that we are only moving the spine without the lower body moving at all. So I still have equal weight through my knees the whole time. And keeping the ribs and belly button pulled inwards. My core is tight. I can really, really feel my glutes working here to not arch the back. Squeezing my sit bones together. We have about 5 seconds left. The next one, I'm going to face the side to show you in 3, 2, and 1. So now we have a hip hinge with a twist. You have about 10 seconds till we start. I'm going to reach my butt back, come up, and then like I'm pulling a bow, I'm going to twist to one side, come back center. So I hinge, come up, and then twist, and come center. 3, 2, and 1. So again, my feet are together, my knees are open. And if you need to do this one standing, you can absolutely do it standing as well. It's a squat, and then you'll come up and take that rotation. Now when I twist, I'm going to bend my elbow as I reach back, and then bend the elbow as I reach forward. My palms face down for the hinge, and then my palm faces forward as I twist. Most important thing with that hip hinge is not the range of motion, it's actually just keeping the spine straight. So notice how I'm not arching, I'm not rounding, keeping that spine nice and long. We have about 10 seconds left here. Again, in case you missed that part, we have a 22-minute routine that we're doing twice. We're going to rest in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. We're coming up to standing. We're going to go back to that cross and side bend, but from a sumo squat position. So my legs are wide, knees and toes turned outward. I'm going to start in this squat, arms to a T in 3, 2, and 1. So I cross one arm, open, and then side bend, come center. Cross, open, side bend, come center. Now I'm not super, super low in those legs. I want to find some level that I can maintain for 45 seconds. It's a long time to be in this squat. So just find somewhere that you can hold it. It's tough, but it's maintainable. Now from here, just focus on, again, keeping the lower body evenly weighted. So through your feet, you have equal weight. Your hips, equal weight. So nothing in that lower body is moving at all. You're going to press the knees back over the pinky toes. Feel your shoulders warming up, your legs, your obliques. Getting that heart rate up. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we go back to the squat and twist, but from standing. So we're gonna squat. We're actually gonna come up to balance as we twist. We squat, take the left leg to tabletop, twist left. Squat, take the right leg up, and you can start in 3, 2, and 1. So arms forward as you squat, left leg to tabletop, twist left. Back to your squat, right leg to tabletop, twist right. So now we have a little balance work on those legs, shoulders, obliques, and then a little bit of work here. I can feel in the shins and the calves, the lower leg, to help me stabilize as I stand up. Same thing like we practiced on the kneeling squat. You want to reach your butt back and your chest forward so you have that long line from ear, shoulder, rib to hip. Woo. And we're here for 10 more seconds. Next one is a lunging variation. It's very similar to this squat variation that we're doing here. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. The next one, the arms start up. I'm going to reverse lunge, stepping back with the right leg. I'm going to come up, twist to the right. Stay on the same leg. So I reverse lunge, come up, twist to the right. My left leg is planted. We start in 4. Arms up, 3, 2, and 1. Step the right leg back. Come up, take the arms to a T, twist to right, and then arms back up, step back to your lunge. Now I'm tapping my knee down. You do not have to go all the way down, but go as far as you can, keeping the spine upright. So I'm staying pretty vertical for that lunge, not hinging on this one. And we have about 20 seconds left here. Squeeze your fingers together and you'll feel a ton of work happening in the arms. Just holding the arms up overhead here, they are burning. Keep going. We have 10 seconds, a few more reps. We'll take that 15-second rest, and then we're switching sides. We rest in 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake out those arms. Crazy how they're feeling more than anything right now, right? We're going to step back with the left leg next. Catch your breath, and let's do it. Arms up. We start in 3, 2, and 1. So we step the left leg back, come up, and twist left. So as I come up, I'm squeezing my right glute and kind of tucking that hip forward up towards the rib cage. So there's no arching that low back. I'm coming all the way through. Arms up, and exhale, twist left. When I rotate, I'm reaching my fingers in opposite directions. My right arm is reaching forward, left fingertips reaching all the way back to touch that wall behind me. 20 seconds left here. Inhale down, exhale up and twist. We have about 10 seconds to go. Couple more reps here. Nice and stable through that right leg. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, next one, quadruped shoulder tap. So hands and knees, you're gonna tap your right shoulder to left, left shoulder to right. Your knees are hovering off the mat just like this. 3 inches in 3, 2, and 1. So my knees are hovering 2 to 3 inches off the mat. My legs are a little wider than my hips because as I alternate my arms, I don't want the hips to rock side to side. Keep those knees low. The longer we're here, the more they tend to drift up away from that mat. Because your body's starting to fatigue, other things are taking over, and the body is smart and sneaky and it will try to cheat. So you want to really stay true to that tiny, tiny hover. Check in, make sure you're just 2 to 3 inches off that mat. Hips are square, we have 15 seconds to go. Push into the mat with one hand as you take the other to the opposite shoulder. 10 seconds to go here. And we rest in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next one, we start in that same position. I'm going to turn my knees to one side. I'm going to kick the opposite leg through. So if I twist my knees to the left, right leg kicks out. Then I twist right, left leg kicks out. We start in 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to twist my knees right, lift my left leg, and switch. Twist my knees left, and lengthen the right leg. So I can feel that leg lift really coming from my obliques. I'm going to work in those side abdominals. You're keeping the shoulders pretty square, and the knees close to your mat. Twist, kick, and switch. Kick, come down, and switch. We have 20 seconds to go here. Okay, next one, we're going to be on our back for a little bit of core work. We have 10 seconds to go. Keep those knees low, shoulders square. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your back. So you're going to start with the legs straight. It's like a bicycle crunch. Hands are behind the head, legs are straight, but you're going to twist to one side, come back center, and switch. So your chest stays up the whole time. You start in 3, 2, and 1. Bend the left leg, twist left. Come center, bend the right leg, twist right, and come center. Go nice and slow here. My toes are pointed. My legs are parallel. I'm driving my navel down through the mat. So there's no arching that mid-back. Keep them really, really pressed down. And we're halfway there. Elbows stay wide. As the low back starts to fatigue, you can always take those legs up higher. They do not have to be to any certain height. Just listen to your body. 15 seconds. Big twist. And center. Big twist. And center. 10 seconds to go. Next one is a variation of a jackknife crunch. We have 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, so next one, the legs start straight to the ceiling. My hands are clasped together. You can do palms together or pointer fingers. And then we're gonna lift up, twist left, go past the left leg, come back down, lift up, twist right. So I'm rotating in 3, 2, 1. As my right leg drops, I lift and twist to the left. As my left leg drops, I lift and twist to the right. Now I'm trying to reach up towards the ankle. So my sternum is going up more than forward. And lifting your shoulder blades off the mat. I'm going higher with each rep. So it's more about the lift, less about the twist. The twist is not that big. Your hands are just going past, just right outside the shin. So you're like an inch away from the leg, very close. 15 seconds to go here. Okay, we're going to go into some glute work next in 5. Back to quadruped in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands and knees. We're going to start with the right leg. My right leg is going to just lift up. My toe is pointed. I'm going to lower down, flex the foot, and lift right back up. So all I'm doing is lifting the right leg. It's the same movement every time, but my foot is flexed on one and pointed on the other. Go ahead and start when you are ready. My foot is flexed, lift, lower. Now point the toes, lift, lower, flex the foot, lift, lower, point the toes, lift, and lower. Now as I move my leg, I want my trunk to stay really, really still, so nothing is moving except my right leg. Again, this is another one. If you have knee sensitivity or injuries, you can totally do this standing. You're hinged, folding forward with your hands against a wall or a chair or a couch. Keep switching from point to flex. 10 seconds. The next one, I'm going to turn around to show you. It's an odd angle, but it's the only way you can see what my legs do. We have 4, 3, 2, and rest. So you're going to stay right where you are. The next one, you start with the leg out to the side. You're going to lift it up in line with your butt, back out to the side. Up in line with your butt, back out to the side. We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So my right leg is out to the side. I lift it up, back out to the side. So it taps the floor as I go out to the side, and it lifts as I come up, just in line with my right sit bone. So it's like a little half circle or half rainbow, down to the outside, up to the center. Down to the side, up to the center. Now I feel a lot of work happening, obviously in the glute, but also my obliques, my shoulders, my arms. Even my back muscles are working to rotate my elbows inward towards each other so that I'm not collapsing down into the shoulders. So the whole body is active here as my right leg is the only thing that is moving, but it's challenging my stability because the rest of my body wants to move. We're gonna do this for 5 more seconds and then we reverse it in 3, 2, and rest. I'll show you this next one. So now you start with the leg across the body and you lift it up to the outside and then across as you lower. So it's up to the side and down to the left. So it's like a curtsy. We start that in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So my right leg is across to the left and I lift it out to the right, down to the left, up to the right, down to the left. So now I'm starting to really feel this in my left glute. Outside the left hip is working to keep it in place. I'm keeping the navel lifted, my ribs just slightly tucked inward, so there's no arching in my mid-back. I just caught myself, my body was trying to arch a little bit, so every once in a while, just check in. Imagine you have that corset on that's pulling your ribs, hips, and navel all in towards your spine, towards your midline. We're here for 10 more seconds. We're gonna switch back to some abs and back before we do the other leg. The next one, you are going to be on your back in 3, 2, and 1. We have a bicycle leg drop. So it's a bicycle crunch. You're going to hold to one side. Feet are flexed. You're going to lift the straight leg, lower the straight leg, and then switch. We start in 5. I'm going to twist right first in 3, 2, and 1. So I twist right, lift my left leg, lower my left leg, and then switch. Lift the right leg, lower the right leg, twist right. And lift, lower, and switch. So you're holding the twist towards the bent leg as you lift and lower the straight one. Stay lifted up as high as you can. Your low back is still on the mat. Mid back is still on the mat. Your upper, spine, and your shoulder blades are lifted. Toes over knees in tabletop, so we're not allowing those feet to drop down below knee level. We have 10 seconds to go here. Lift, lower, and switch. Okay, we have 5 seconds. We're going to bring the legs into a butterfly position next in 3, 2, and 1. So feet together, knees wide. We're going to go finger guns, clasp the hands, release the pointer fingers. We're going to curl up and pulse 3 times, pointing straight forward, and then lower all the way down. We start that in 3, 2, and 1. Curl up and pulse it 3 times. 3, 2, 1, and roll down. Arms to the ceiling, lift and reach. 3, 2, 1. When you come down, your pointer fingers go straight to the ceiling. They do not go back behind your face. And the whole time you're keeping your heels together, the balls of your feet together, and all 10 toes touching each other. Draw that belly down as you lift your sternum up. Pulse it 3 times and then lower. Every time you lift, come up to the point that you left off at. So you're coming up to your highest point. And when you pulse 3 times, you're getting higher, 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 and then lowering. And then come up to your highest point, and then go even further. 3, 2, 1, and we rest. We're going back to, oh no, we have one more, my bad, back extension. So you're gonna be lying on your belly, your arms do this, your palms face up, you're gonna circle the arms, flip your palms up, circle the arms, flip your palms up. Your face down, chest up, legs down. In 3, 2, 1, palms are up, chest is up. I circle the arms, flip the palms up, circle them forward, flip the palms up, circle back, thumbs together, circle forward, pinkies together. Now they do not actually touch because the elbows would have to bend to get my thumbs to touch and probably even my pinkies to touch. So they're not actually touching each other, but they're coming close. If you would like, you can lift those legs up. You'll get more glute and hamstring work. Just really make sure you're tucking the pubic bone down into the ground to support that lumbar or low back. 10 seconds, keep those arms up as high as you can. After this, we come to hands and knees for the left leg in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to hands and knees, we're going left leg. So this one's just the lift. You're gonna point the toes on the first rep, flex the foot on the second one. So you're here, and then you're here. You're bringing the knee all the way down each time. We start in 3, 2, and 1. So point the toes, lift, lower the leg, flex the foot, lift, lower the leg. Now these are slow. I like to hold at the top for a second so I can really feel that glute and hamstring activated before I lower it down. And I'm controlling it down. There's no momentum. It's really easy to just move the leg up and down fast, and that's because there's no control required. Therefore, there's no muscle activation. So to go slow and hold requires those muscles to fire, controlling it down and holding it at the top. So you get a little bit of isometric. You're working the eccentric, that's the lowering phase, and the concentric, that's the lifting phase. So just by simply going slow, way more work than if you're powering through and using momentum. We have 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one, we start with the left leg out to the left side. We're gonna lift it up in line with the butt and then back out to the left side. We start in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up and back and out to the left. Tap the toe, exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale out to the side. Now on this, my goal is to keep my hips square. So think of the space between your ribs and your hips, it's like sides of your waist, and avoid letting that space shorten. You're staying long the whole time. Torso is lengthened, your belly button's lifting, so again, there's no arching or slouching. My leg's not really moving that much in order to keep everything else still, and that is okay. It's much more important to find the stability of the rest of your body than how much that left leg moves. We're here for 8 seconds. Keep Keep the bones on the top of your foot pointing down as you lift the leg up so it's not turned around, it's parallel. And go ahead and rest. You can sit back in child's pose if you like to pull off the wrists. We have one more in that position. We're going to that curtsy tap. So now we start with the left leg across the midline, so it's over to the right side, and we lift it up to the left in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm lifting it out to the left, tapping down to the right. Out to the left, and down to the right. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, back down. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, back down. Okay, so we have only one more exercise. It's 2 sides. So 2 more sets here of 45, and then we're going to repeat the whole workout again. So we have 20 seconds here. The next one is going to be a side plank variation. We're going to alternate between hip dips and thread the needle. You can do this from your knees or a full side plank. You still have 10 seconds in this curtsy tap across the midline and out to the left side without letting the waistline or the hips move. We have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so side plank, you can do this from your knees or you can do it from a high side plank. We're going to thread the needle and hip dip. Thread the needle and hip dip. We start that in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I tuck my top arm under the bottom side waist, lift back up, and then lower the bottom hip and lift. Twist, open, lower, and lift. Go slow. Twist, open, lower, and lift. Now you can do this from the forearm or you can do it from the hand. 45 seconds is a long time to be on that wrist joint. So if you're on the hand, rest when you need to. And then again, if you need to come down to the knees, that's going to be your modification here. Big twist and little side bend. Now that side bend does not have to be big. You want to stay stable through your bottom shoulder. So if you're feeling any sensitivity there, make that hip dip smaller. It does not have to be huge. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. This is the last 45 seconds, and then we will repeat. So side plank or kneeling side plank. Second set right here. We start in 4, 3, 2, and lift. Take that top arm under the side waist. Lift up, and then lower the hip, and lift. Twist, open, lower, and lift. Go slow. When you rotate, you're looking down towards your bottom elbow. When you go into that hip dip, you are looking straight forward. My feet are stacked. That's going to be the most intense variation. You can always stagger the feet or again go down to the knees. Lots of variations. Just find what works for you. We have 15 seconds. We're going back to the top. We have that kneeling arm cross airplane. 10 seconds to go. Twist, open, lower, lift. 5 seconds. Go for one more rep. And we rest in 3, 2, 1. Back onto your knees. Arm cross airplane. So feet are together. Knees are open. My toes are touching. Heels can be together or apart. That's up to you. We start in 5. Squeeze your butt. Arms to a T in 3, 2, 1. Cross, open, side bend, back center. Cross, open, side bend, back center. Good, you guys. When you cross the arms, think of squeezing your chest muscles. When you open the arms, think of squeezing your shoulder blades together. So just by activating the front side and then the back side, you'll feel those muscles working even more just by connecting your mind to your body, finding that mind-muscle connection. When you go into that side bend, keep your sit bones squeezed. Your glutes are going to help to prevent you from sinking into one side. Once we start to sink into one side, it can put a lot of pressure on that low back. So squeezing your butt helps you to protect that area. So only the spine is moving and the pelvis is really stabilized. You're here for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so we have that hip hinge to twist. So on your knees, same position, feet together, knees open. We're going to hinge, come up, bend the elbow like your pointed bow, and then come back center. We start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Butt back, come up, and then twist, come center. Now my hips are not going all the way to my heels, and that's okay. You don't have to go all the way down. Just keep the back flat. That's most important. When you go into that hinge, you should have that little neutral curve to your low back. That does not mean we're letting the abdominal contraction go. You're still keeping your core turned on, but you have a little arch, and then you tuck the pelvis forward at the top. So neutral spine, natural arch, and then posterior tuck at the top. Really squeeze your butt. We're here for 15 seconds. Feel those arms working, just keeping them up the whole entire time. So even though they're not really doing much, they're still getting a lot of work. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up to standing. We have the Sumo arm cross airplane. So legs wide, knees and toes turned out. Arms are going to go into your T. Let them rest for now, though. We start in 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Down into your squat. So we cross, open, side bend one way, and come back center. Cross, open, side bend one way, and back upright. Squeeze your chest muscles together as your arms cross, and your shoulder blades together as they open. And when you go into that side bend, your hand can be in front of the knee, it can be right outside the knee, or it can go behind. Just play with that and see what feels good in your body. As long as your hips are square, I'm happy. You know, equal weight through your feet. Now, if you can get lower, get lower. Challenge yourself. This is the second round through. It's the last time you're doing all these exercises. So now it's up to you to add on that extra inch, add on that slower movement, deeper breath, whatever it is that challenges you. Let's go ahead and rest. We're gonna go back into that squat to twist. This time we add the knee. So we're gonna hinge, come up, lift the leg, twist towards that leg that's up in tabletop. We start in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we squat, come up, and take that arm out to a T. Straight back down into your squat, come up, arm to a T. So you reach the arms forward, reach one arm back. Both arms forward as your sit bones go back, and stand up, squeeze your breath. Squat and twist. So on this one, we're alternating. The next one, when we go into that lunge, we are not alternating. Inhale down, exhale up. Arms go forward, and then when you stand, you want to reach the crown of your head all the way up through the ceiling. We have 10 seconds to go. Aim to even it out. We have 3, 2, 1, and let your arms rest. They're going up overhead for the next one. Left leg stays planted. We're going to step the right leg back. Arms overhead in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So step the right leg back, come up, and twist. Arms go back up. We step back into the lunge. Rise to standing, twist right. Now before I twist to the right, I want to drive my left heel down, squeeze my butt, find the balance, then twist. Come up, go slow. So find your stability before you go into that twist, because when you go into the rotation, that is changing your balance point. It's throwing off your stability. So you want to feel stable before you move, or else it's going to be very tough. Keep going here. We have about 10 seconds left. No rush. Go slow on these movements. Control the body. Focus on the muscles that are working. And we're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it rest. We'll do the other side. So next time, the left leg steps back and then comes up to tabletop. We start in 5 seconds. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Step that left leg back. Left leg to tabletop. Squeeze your right glute, then twist, and come back center. So you reverse lunge. With that lunge, try not to let your body lean forward. You're keeping the torso upright. My fingers are squeezed together. Not the thumbs, but the other 4 fingers are squeezed together. Again, when you come to standing, you want to tuck the right rib and hip just slightly closer together, just to get rid of any arching that may be occurring in that low back. 15 seconds to go, a couple more reps. And just 2 more here. Go for 1 more rep. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. So quadruped, knees hovering. We have shoulder taps. Right hand, left shoulder. Left hand, right shoulder. So I'm on my hands and knees to start. I'm just going to hover the knees 2 inches. So toes are tucked, navel scooped up. We lift the knees in 3, 2, 1. Hover the knees, right hand, left shoulder. Set it down, switch. Set it down and switch. Now as you do this, remember, keep the knees low and avoid rocking side to side. Now if you feel really stable and really solid here, you're like, no problem, then bring your legs closer together. Just an inch will make a big difference. So the closer your legs, the smaller base of support you have, so the more challenging it is to balance. The wider your stance, the more support you have. Check those knees. I just noticed mine are trying to lift up. I'm getting lazy, so you want to bring those knees down, challenge your core and your quads. I can feel this in my thighs a lot. I'm here for about 5 seconds. We rest in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. Okay, knee twist kick. So we're in that same position. We're going to twist the knees one way and kick that bottom leg. So whichever one is closest to the mat. We're going to start that in 4 seconds. So I'm going to twist my knees left and kick the right leg through. Here we go. Knees left, lengthen the right leg, come back to both feet and switch. So I'm trying to lift the foot off the ground as I kick the leg. If you need it to rest on the ground, that's cool too. That's going to be your variation, or your modification rather. Keep the knees low as you swivel to the other side. Here we go. Switch, kick, center. Switch, kick, center. We have 20 seconds. Shoulders are square, and I'm looking right at the front of my mat, so I'm not allowing the neck to round or arch. Keep those knees low as you twist. So my knees go left, my right leg kicks through. Knees go right, left leg kicks through. Going across the midline. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We have that long lever bicycle. So legs straight, hands behind the head, chest is lifted. I'm going to bend my right leg and twist right in 3, 2, 1. Twist right, come center, twist left, come center. Exhale, rotate, inhale, center, exhale, rotate, inhale, center. So this one's endurance. I'm holding here the whole time. So my abdominals, my rectus abdominis, or that top upper 6-pack layer, never gets to rest because I'm up in this shape the whole time. Every time I twist, my obliques engage. I'm working the hip flexors as well, strengthening the front of the hip. We have 15 seconds to go here. Lift up a little bit higher. Looking right in between those knees as you come center, and right past the knee as you twist. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, even yourself out and rest. You have that jackknife variation next. So legs start straight to the ceiling. We're going to clasp the hands together any way you want, and then we're going to lower the right leg and twist left in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we lift the chest as we lower the opposite leg. As I twist right, my left leg goes down, and as I twist right, or left rather, my right leg goes down. Now on most of these flexion or chest lift exercises, you want to think of lifting your sternum up more than forward. So I'm really trying to reach past my pinky toes with my fingertips in my sternum. The opposite leg stays straight and is reaching forward all the way across the room. So length through both legs. And we're here for 10 more seconds. Big exhale as you lift. 5 seconds. We rest in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going quadruped, right leg lifts and lowers. We're gonna point the toes on the first one and flex the foot on the second one. So soft bend the elbows, push away from the floor, tuck the ribs. We start in 3, 2, 1. Point the toes, lift the right leg, lower, flex the foot, lift the right leg, and lower. Point and lift, flex and lift, point and lift, flex and lift. Good. Now, on this one, it's hard for me to keep that right leg parallel. It really wants to turn out. So to prevent it from turning out, I'm limiting the range of motion, and I'm trying to actually slightly internally rotate that leg. If you notice that's you, if your right knee's driving out to the side, then try to rotate it in just an inch. So your foot is like out wider than your knee, and see how that feels. Keep the front ribs knit, the belly lifted. Remember, the longer that we're here, the more our body's going to tend to sink down into the wrists and shoulders. Stay pushing away from the floor. We have 3, 2, 1, and rest. You can sit back into a child's pose and rock the hips to the right. That's a really nice stretch on the glute. So we're going right back to that right glute, starting with the right leg out to the side in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, as I lift the leg, I lift it up in line with the sit bone and then tap it out to the right side. So it comes up to the center and back out to the right. Up to the center, back out to the right. Okay, we have 30 seconds to go here. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. 25 seconds to go, you guys. Keep those ribs tucked in. Squeeze your glutes. 20 seconds to go. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, lift up. Okay, 15 seconds to go, you guys. Good, last 10. And get ready for that rest in 5. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and the rest. Sit back into that child's pose. Okay, we have one more on this side. We're going to take that right leg. We're going to start with it across the body. Now we lift it out to the right side. So it starts to the left. We go out to the right in 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg out to the right. Tap down to the left. Out to the right. Down to the left. Keep the core tight. Okay, you guys, last set on this leg. Now on this one, I'm starting to really feel it in my stabilizer side. So that left foot working. Still really pushing up away from the mat so that I'm not sinking into the neck. We have 20 seconds to go here. 15 seconds. Good, you guys, last 10. Inhale down. Exhale out to the side. Okay, last 5 seconds. We're going back to abs in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. We're on our back to the bicycle leg drop. So we have that bicycle crunch. We're going to lift, lower, and then switch. Toes pointed. We start in 5 seconds. Chest up, legs in tabletop in 3, 2, and 1. So I twist right, lift the left leg, lower the left leg, and switch. Lift the right leg, lower the right leg, and switch. And switch. Lift, lower, and switch. Curl up a little bit higher. Remember, this is our second round through, so I want you to lift higher, twist deeper, maybe straighten that leg more. Find something that really challenges you on this round. We have 15 seconds to go. Switch, lift, lower, and 10 seconds to go. One more ab exercise after this, and 5. We rest in 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, butterfly crunch. We have that 3 pulse crunch. So I'm gonna clasp the hands, release just the fingers, squeeze the butt, get ready to curl up in 3, in 2, and 1. Here we go. We curl, pulse 3, 2, 1, and lower. Lift, pulse 3, 2, 1, and lower. So keep the heels of your hands squeezed together. Keep the soles of your feet and your heels squeezed together. If you guys are hearing that interference, I have a plumber here right now in my kitchen trying to fix a leaky faucet. They're outside right now, so they're quiet, but they might come back in. I'm sorry for that inconvenience. I'm trying to yell as loud as I can so you can hear me over them. We're here for 10 more seconds. 3 pulses, and we lower. Exhale, pulse 3, 2, 1, and we have 5 seconds. Let's do one more here, and then we're on our belly for those arm circles. Let's rest. We're gonna lie down prone position. Legs are hip distance, turned out. And then we're gonna start with the arms straight forward, palms up, chest up in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So squeeze your glutes, and then lift your kneecaps up off the floor. So the inside of the foot, like the big toe edge of the foot, is lightly pressed down. Knees are lifted, glutes are squeezed like crazy. My pelvis is slightly pressing down into the mat. My chest is lifted, my sternum, my heart are reaching forward, but my neck is not crunching. So I'm keeping the gaze down and neutral. Now I want to lift my arms up as high as I can. Check in with those legs. Can you make them straighter? Can you squeeze your glutes a little more? And then focus on those arms staying straight so they're not bending as you go back. Reach them up a little bit higher. Lift your sternum up a little higher. We're going left leg quadruped in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, quadruped position. We're gonna go left leg. We point and lift, and then flex and lift. So we'll go through those 3 glute exercises. We start that in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Point and lift. Lower the leg. Flex and lift. Lower the leg. So ears up in line with the shoulders. And then remember, you want to keep that left leg parallel. A lot of our bodies like to naturally externally rotate because our outer leg and hip muscles are so much stronger and overused than the inner leg muscles. So to keep parallel feels like it's internal. Really focus on that position. And even if it's not a big range of motion, That's actually good because you're learning awareness of where your body, where you should be holding yourself. So big range of motion is not always good because other things start moving and taking over. In Pilates, we really, really focus on stabilizing the spine, the majority of the body, while we mobilize another area. So in this case, everything's stable but that left leg. Go ahead and rest. That was your last rep. You have 2 more sets on that side. We're going to start with the left leg out to the left side, and we're going to lift it up in line with the hip. We start in 5. Ears up, shoulders down. 3, 2, and 1. Lift that left leg up in line with your butt. Tap it back out to the side. So again, on this one, try not to let those hips sway side to side. That means it's probably not a very big movement with that left leg. Focus on keeping that space between your ribs and hips long. And then when that left leg lifts, you're pointing the bones on the top of your foot down, not allowing the leg to turn out to the side. I'm feeling into the side of the glute, back of the glute, and even into my inner thigh a little bit. Check with your low back. Make sure there's no arching or sinking. We have 10 seconds to go. Down to the left, up to the center. 5 seconds. We're going to reverse that, starting to cross the midline, and we rest in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a quick second. We have 15 here. Rock those hips to the left if you need a little glute stretch. We're going to start with the leg across the midline and lift it up and out to the left in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I start over to the right. I lift up to the left, cross down to the right. Up to the left, cross down to the right. So now when I go across the body down to the floor, I'm a little bit internally rotated. And when I go out, I actually am a little bit externally rotated on this one. My left toe turns out as I go up, and it turns in as I go down. So again, I'm getting the inner outer thigh and the hamstring. I feel this a lot into the back of my left leg. I feel it into the outside of my right hip. I can also feel my body cheating and my hips moving, so stabilize that. Make the movement smaller. Find your core, find your center. And then start to really focus on what muscles are working to lift that leg. It's not your back moving, not your hips moving, the muscles on the back of the leg. And we have 3, 2, 1, rest. We have side plank, hip dip, and thread the needle. Right side, then left side. And then we have a quick little burnout at the end. We have 5 seconds. Side plank in 3, 2, 1. Take that top arm, twist it underneath your side body. Come up, and then tap the hip and lift. So we twist, open, hip dip, and lift. Twist, open, hip dip, and lift. We have 30 seconds to go here. Down, up, and twist. Feet can be staggered, feet can be stacked. You can come down to the knee. Do what you got to do to continue for 20 more seconds. When I lift from that hip dip, I'm coming up as high as I can. Lift away from the mat. We have 15 seconds here. We're going to switch sides to finish this combination. And there's one exercise I forgot, so we're going to do that one at the end as a burnout. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, same thing, other side. And then we have one more exercise. We're going to do it twice just so that we can get the whole routine in because I messed up. We start in 5 seconds, second side plank hip dip in 3, 2, and 1. So we thread the needle, reach back up, tap the bottom hip, and lift. Twist, open, lower, and lift. Exhale, twist, open, lower, and lift. We have 30 seconds left here. When you lift your bottom hip up off the mat, you're activating not just the oblique, but the whole bottom side. Squeeze your glute, feel the muscles on the outer thigh, push down into the elbow, feel the muscles underneath your armpit and along your side body activate to lift you up. 15 seconds here. Down, up, twist, and return. 10 seconds. And we have one final exercise in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so last one, we're doing it twice. We start up into down dog. We're just going to shift to plank. Right knee, left elbow, back to down dog. Shift to plank, left knee, right elbow, back to down dog. We start in 3, 2, 1. So come into your plank, twist the torso, knee to opposite elbow, and straight back to down dog. Come to plank first, then twist, and down dog. So it's 3 movements. Plank, twist, down dog. Plank, twist, down dog. So when you rotate, your shoulders stay square, but your lower body twists a lot. You're trying to shift forward and actually touch your knee to the opposite elbow. And keep going. You have 15 seconds here. We'll rest for 15 and we'll do this one more time to finish our workout. About 8 seconds to go. When you go into your plank, make sure those hips do not drop below the shoulders. We have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, one more time. Last 45 seconds of work. Get ready. We start in down dog in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. Last 45. We shift forward, twist, and back to your down dog. Find that high plank, rotate, and straight back. Hips go up. Remember, stop in that plank before you twist. So it's 3 separate movements. It's really easy to just go straight into that twist. When you find plank first, stabilize, and then twist. You have 20 seconds. Hips up, plank, big twist. Keep pushing up away from the mat. Protect those wrists. 10 seconds to go, guys. Shift forward, rotate, back to plank, hips up. And we have 5 seconds. We'll rest in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop down to the knees. Bring your feet together, knees open, and just sink back into a child's pose. Press your palms into the mat, and let your forehead rest down. Let all the air out of your lungs. And walk your hands over to the right side of your mat, as far as you can, while keeping the hips square. Palms are flat, chest is facing down towards the ground. And I can feel that in the left side, like lat, armpits, serratus area, even into the low back. Let's walk those hands over to the left. We'll stretch the other side. So I'm pulling the right hip back to keep them square, walking the fingertips even further forward. And then let's bring the hands to the middle. Shift forward to quadruped. We're going to go cow first. So engaging the abs. Inhale, arch your back just a little bit. We're not overarching. On the exhale, cat stretch. Push into the ground, round your spine, and engage your abs to stretch the back. One more time. Inhale, keep your core braced as you arch. So it's more extension, less of jumping into the low back. And then we exhale, push into the mat, split it apart with your palms as you round. Come back to neutral. We'll tuck the toes, lift the heels up, and take down dog one more time. Pedaling out the feet. Reaching the crown of your head in between the fingers. And let's walk the hands to feet or feet to hands. Bend your knees deeply. Cross your hands to the elbows and sway side to side. Do one big deep stretch in the hamstrings and the back of the neck. And then let's keep the knees bent, tuck the chin to the chest, and rebuild the spine all the way back to standing. When you arrive at the top, rotate those shoulders back and down. Then you guys are all set. Awesome work today. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys enjoyed the workout. Next one is going to be Sunday at 10 a.m. If you guys have any requests, anything at all, any questions, let me know. If you guys want to unmute and say what's up. Hi.
You rock, Sam. Thank you so much. I hope you
You're
get your
welcome.
plumbing fixed. Yeah.
Awesome, you guys. Thanks, Erica.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you so much.
Bye, Sam.
Bye, Bonnie. Good to see you.
Bye,
Bye,
Sam.
Jen. Have a good day. Good to see you.
Bye, Jen.
Bye, Elaine.
Bye,
Thanks for
Elaine.
joining. Good to see you,
Bye.
Layla. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
You're welcome. What's up, Justin? I'm glad you made it. All right, guys. Have a good day. I'm going to go ahead and end the chat. I'll see you soon.
Okay.